the heart of a champion.
Here's Schroeder. Marcus Smart picking up that last basket. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. Here is a list of the NBA's most adept passing teams this season. These are your assist leaders. Number 1, the Celtics.
You know, if there's a stat that coaches really would be impressed by and proud of, it's assists, leading the league in assists. And this team is outstanding. Not only do they have excellent scores, but everybody is willing to make the extra pass and share the basketball.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Splitters checked in for Horford. Scott comes in for Cephalosha. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Kyle Korver. And it's Teagan for Dennis Schroeder. Now here's Hardaway. Marcus Smart missing that last shot. Splitter kicks to Hardaway. 11 feet away. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. 4-2. Celtics leading by 4. Mickey. Boston again missing.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Yeah, you're making things far too easy for him when you let him get it that deep.
I echo that. Ditto. I mean, you've got to do your work early to try to keep him out of the post. Fight him a little bit. Keep him away from that spot.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Smart dishes to Zeller. Pass to Smart. Here's Rozier. Nice ball movement by Boston. That's good. And the Celtics lead by 2.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play. It has been impressive.
Now, here's Scott. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And he converts the layup. Splitters got the game tied up here for the Hawks.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
So the Celtics called timeout, their first. And the one thing Tiago Splitter gives you every year, Clark, is consistency. The numbers, the effort, the results, all very familiar every year.
Yeah, his game is really built on the intangibles. He hustles, he knows where he's supposed to be, he gets to the right spot at the right time, crashes the boards, takes charges. He does all the little stuff.
Changes here for the Celtics. Yaremko comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Turner in for Rozier. Boston's gone 4-7 from three-point range so far in the first.
And for Tiago Splitter, he's been a relatively unsung player in his career, never getting his number called on offense, receiving little recognition from the media, but providing tough defense in the post. He shot over 55%, crashes the boards in the 20 minutes or so a game that he gets. So that's been good enough to really establish a productive career.
Shots good by Turner.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Teague, the pass to Scott. Outside Millsap. He feeds it to Splitter. Off the left rim and out.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Clark, a little disparity there in the rebound numbers, but some of that comes down to how the ball bounces. Let's see if it evens out.
Now here's Teague. Marcus Smart missing that last shot. They grabbed their own miss. No good with the layup.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Rejected by Teague.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Splitter. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Splitter's got 6 points.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
1:33 left in the first quarter. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
A huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Yeah, the reserves, the guys coming off the bench, Greg, made their presence felt. And, of course, with their big lead, they were able to give the bench a lot of run.
So Boston ends up going with a new group. Here's Teague. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here's Millsap. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Millsap's got it all tied up now for Atlanta.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
And Hardaway gets it to go. And, guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Hawks?
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
The 19-foot shot. The shot is off. And Atlanta will come the other way. Guys, a potent offense right now.
Yeah, Kevin, really the offense is flowing quite nicely right now.
You know what, guys, and they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
Well, you just watched Jeff Teague. He's a natural scorer, Clark. He's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist rate, Kevin, well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out, and the game is slowing down for him.
Here's Rozier, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. To stop the run, and he gets it to go. Now Teague. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Feeds to Millsap. A clear look for Hardaway. And the shot falls short this time.
Boy, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
Isaiah Thomas. Assist goes to
8 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Teague gets to Millsap. No luck. It's the end of the first with a tie game here. And already these offenses, Clark, are clicking. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this.
Let's take them back.
And a chance now to hear from Paul Millsap talking about the confidence of his team.
You know, our attitude approaching the game.
Greg, it's got to be more than just attitude, right? I mean, ultimately, don't you have to have guys step up and produce in some cases or even overproduce?
You do, but really it is about attitude and confidence. I mean, those are the two elements that if you bring to the table, you really will have a chance to beat anyone. And so don't discount that attitude when you're on a roll. They call it getting your swag on today. Back in the day, it was called having your mojo working.
Right.
So same thing, and you can ride that for quite a ways.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Really active hands early on here as they're able to acquire several steals.
Well, they've really been aggressive, guys, on defense, and it's paid off, so why stop? Keep it up.
They've got Cephalosha. Horford is out there with Humphries. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Teague in at the 2-guard spot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Got that one up quick. And the Celtics lead by 4.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
Back to Humphries. Shot from 12. And Boston with the rebound. They host the 76ers after this game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Taking a look at Avery Bradley, his career's been kind of up and down, Greg. Started out in high school where he developed into one of the nation's top prospects in high school.
You know, it's a great freshman, really established himself as one of the top defensive guards in the country, won numerous awards, then enters the draft after only 1 year.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for T. Celtics also with a sub. Evan Turner, he's checked in for Jay Crowder. Humphries, no good.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup. Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy. You know, with Avery Bradley, he was the 19th pick in the draft for the Celtics. The outlook for him was great, but then ball handling and shooting injury concerns flattened out his development. He had a hard time getting over the hump for a few years, but he's over it now.
And stolen by Horford. And here's the break. Here's Cephalosha. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Hey, guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And, guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Here's Schroeder. Here's Humphries. Bradley with some nice D.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss. And, you know, getting back to Avery Bradley, he's been dynamite the past 2 years. He's finally found consistency with the mid-range jumper and plays a complete game of basketball. With just a little more seasoning, I really feel like the sky's the limit.
And Kelly Olynyk is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Celtics making a change here. Smart's checked in. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Schroeder passes to Cephalosha. To the wing right side. Out of bounds, Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Smart. He's right around 9 points a night, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. And you like what he brings backing up the point guard.
No doubt. I mean, he knows how to run this offense. And that's always valuable coming off the bench.
And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Schroeder with the ball. Now guarded by Smart. And Smart over to Helm. Korver kicks to Cephalosha. Shot clock at 6. With the teardrop. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. As we get a break in the action, let's take a peek at the team scoring leaders. Number 1, the Celtics.
Kevin, if there's any stat you want to lead the league in, it would certainly be scoring the most points. They've been remarkable in the numbers they've put up as a team all season long. It's a reflection of their strength. They're balanced and they're explosive.
And Turner kicks to Olynyk. And it's Boston with another.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run, passing it with purpose. hasn't been able to keep up.
Atlanta calls timeout. The Boston Celtics figured to be near the bottom of the league last year. In many ways, they outperformed a lot of people's expectations.
And by no means were they a contender at any point, but they very well could be ahead of themselves in terms of the rebuilding process.
Tyler Zeller's checked in for Boston. Boston leading by 8. Smart. Second chance effort. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials on the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and one there.
And both free throws good for Johnson. And watching Amir Johnson, Clark, he seems so casual but silently destroying opponents in the paint, and he's carried that air about him almost his entire career.
You know what? He's rarely had plays called for him, Kevin. He doesn't produce a bunch of highlights, but he's really potent. I mean, one of the league's best at defending opponents at the rim, grabbing in-traffic rebounds. Those both are valuable assets. He has yet to get into the flow of this game. His teammates have done their part, but they need him to pick his game up.
Outside Korver. In the corner, Cephalosha with it. Sinks the three-pointer. Now just a 5-point Boston lead.
And no matter who it is, that kind of lead isn't going to get it done. And talking about Amir Johnson, he's really the last of a discontinued model, if you will. When the Pistons called his name in the 2005 NBA draft, the year before the rookie age limit was put in place, he became the last 18-year-old drafted into our league. And it did take him a number of years to kind of get up to the full speed.
And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
Cephalosha kicks to Humphries. Now here's Schroeder. He's covered closely. Here's Korver. Rebounded by the Celtics. They've led by as much as 10.
Guys, did you know not once in Johnson's 10 seasons has he averaged more than 11 points or 7.5 rebounds a game? Sometimes he doesn't even start, and yet... There's a certain sect of followers who feel Amir Johnson is among the most valuable, efficient players in the league.
And there's the foul. It goes on Evan Turner. That's his first foul.
It's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Mickey's checked in for Boston. Norebko comes in for Avery Bradley. Horford dishes to Humphries. Here's Schroeder, and he gets it to go.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently, neither did the defenders.
And a wide-open look for Zeller. No good on the triple. The Hawks trail by 5. Outside Korver. Here's Cephalosha. He's coming off a 10-point game against Cleveland. He kicks to Humphries. Goes back up. And that's 2 points on the layup.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Down low and stolen by Horford. Pass to Cephalosha. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Now just a 1-point Celtic lead.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
Smart gets to Turner. Good, and Smart gets the assist. And that's 13 points for Evan Turner.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Humphries kicks it over to Schroeder. Here's Horford. Zeller grabs the board. Celtics leading by 4. Back to Turner. Rebound, Atlanta. Korver's got his third rebound on the night. Atlanta's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. The dish to Horford. Pocket 6. Here's Schroeder. And here's Cephalosha for 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Well, so far for Coach Brad Stevens, the Celtics have had nothing but praise for their outstanding young coach. No surprise for those of us who know Brad. The team is really moving ahead in the rebuilding process, and he gets a lot of the credit.
Now, here's Horford. 8 points for him. And he gets it to go. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
So close.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable. And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
And Al Horford is just a winner, guys. I mean, win 2 NCAA titles at his time playing for Florida. His teammates call him the Godfather because of how calm and quiet he is in terms of his leadership and the mentoring he provides. It's been the same here in the NBA.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And that Florida team with Horford, Noah, and Corey Brewer, such a tight-knit group. All those guys still competing and defending at a very high level now in the NBA.
Each of those guys very team first in their approach. That's what they're about, winning. And because they've experienced championship winning, they stay locked into that task.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Celtics trail by 3. Thomas passes to Olynyk. Back to Thomas. Here's Hunter. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Here's Olynyk. Busted. No good that time either.
That's one he knows he should have drank.
T dishes to Millsap. And Gibson sends it back. Kicks to Thomas to end the run. Miss for the first time this game. He's 5 for 6.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Teague drives in. They get the rebound. Splitter misses.
Well, smooth around the rim definitely is not the word I'd use to describe him. He's got some rough edges to him.
On its way from Gibson for 2. Great D that time from Hardaway.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Celtics trail by 3. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Outside Millsap. Back to Hardaway. Splitter kicks to Hardaway. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Tim Hardaway Jr., the son of the great Tim Hardaway Sr., had a very good rookie season. However, last season, Clark, not the improvement that some were hoping to see on him.
Kevin, you knew the expectations were going to be high going forward, very high. But sometimes you step back before you move forward. He only shot 39% last season. Very low for a guy of his caliber.
And the second free throw, good.
And we were talking about Hardaway Jr., and he had a very good shot coming out of college, does a good job of freeing himself off screens, plays with good energy and intensity. For this young man, I mean, the sky is the limit.
Back to Teague, outside for Millsap. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got his 4th assist in this one. There's 1:26 left here in the second.
You know, with Hardaway Jr., it's not my thing to compare guys to other players, but he could use a little bit of his dad's quickness and ball handling. Tim Sr. was one of the best in the league at getting his own shot and getting shots for others. If Tim Jr. can get half of that in his game, his star will rise.
To the inside. Olynyk with the steal. To the paint. That one's in there. The Hawks lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Hunter.
I love the low post attack on that one.
Dishes to Scott. Outside Millsap. Splitter sets a screen. Hardaway passes to Splitter. And now the fast break. Gibson with the ball. Finished off the break. Crowder's got 5 points in the quarter.
And he'll take it right into the teeth of the D without thinking twice about it.
T kicks to Millsap. Tries from 10. Second shot opportunity. Here's Splitter. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound are a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength just like that.
Yeah, he's an invaluable asset for them to have. No question about it.
Teague against Gibson. Teague dishes to Hardaway. And he gets it to go. And it's a 5-point Hawks lead.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Hawks lead by 5. 2K Sports back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hope you've been enjoying the excitement so far. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. There was no stopping Paul Millsap in the first half. He had 13 points, 2 steals, and 4 assists. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
Well, quite simply, their bench showed up tonight. And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on the offensive end because they were scoring in bunches. Now, you want your reserves to just at least come in and hold the fort, but they did way more than that tonight.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Boston?
Reminds me of Kenny's suit selection. Has been very, very sloppy. Way too many turnovers. They look unorganized, out of control. It's not pretty basketball. The good news, though, they're still in a great position to win the game if they just cut down the turnovers.
That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
What a performance from Millsap here. 13 points, and also those active hands of his have led to a pair of steals.
And he can just change a game with his defense, and he's thrown off their rhythm completely the last several possessions.
Celtics trail by 5. On the floor for Boston. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Johnson is out there with Olynyk. And it's Crowder in at the 3-set. And has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point range, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. And that one's good. Sepulveda's got the lead up to 7 now for Atlanta.
And you can sense the momentum really starting to swing their way.
Yeah, they're taking charge here. I mean, there's no question about it, Greg. And the lead, I think, is just going to continue to grow and grow from here. You know, there was plenty to be happy about last year in Atlanta with the way the Hawks played. One sour note, though, was that the team was viewed as a potential buy for Seattle groups.
Shot clock at 6. Peter passes to Horford. You know what? Now Boston takes it the other way. Bradley kicks to Johnson. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor. Well, last season the Hawks not only had a great year on the floor as they were the top seed in the Eastern Conference, but they had a pretty good day at the bank, too. They sold for a nice price. Looks like the team is going to stay in Atlanta where it belongs.
Yeah, and that's great news for Atlanta, and they were rewarded with a terrific season. A group, including Grant Hill, purchased the Hawks, and obviously will keep that group in Atlanta for many years to come.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
Her pass is still at Millsap. A tad short, but it's good off the front. And it's a 9-point Hawks lead.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Clean and simple.
Korver gets a wide open look. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Korver kicks to Horford. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
That's good, and the Atlanta lead is cut down now to just 9 on the basket from Thomas.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Here's Millsap, and it's Bradley with the rebound. Bradley's got his 3rd rebound tonight, and it's sent back by Horford. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And Boston with the rebound. Crowder's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Fires top of the key. And that one goes long.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
The feed to Schroeder. Or the 3. Kept alive. Horford. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time. Fighting to get proper position. Then slamming home the putback.
Yep, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Olynyk, and Turner's subbed in for Crowder. To the inside. That one's in there. The Hawks lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Bradley.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that
one. Atlanta calls timeout.
Well, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award.
It was pretty obvious, I thought, Greg, that Budenholzer was the deserved Coach of the Year. I mean, Steve Kerr, there are a lot of good names you could put in there. But what he's done taking the Hawks to the top of the East, a few saw that coming.
I agree with you. I mean, he has transformed this Hawks team over the past couple of years, has a wonderful team game. And, you know, obviously a lot of influence coming from Pop when he was with San Antonio, but he is really, I think, redefining how the game of basketball is being played at the pro level. They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
Here's the screen. Gibson. Rebounded by Korver. Korver's got his 5th rebound in this one. Passes it to Cephalosha. He dishes it to Horford. In Atlanta again with the bucket.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And Gibson kicks to Smart. Expanding his range. Shot is no good.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
Cephalosha dishes to Schroeder. Again, the Hawks score.
They're earning their points with the jump shot now.
And that's right, Clark. 6 of their last 10 have come from the mid-range.
Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Here's Schroeder. 17-point lead, their biggest. Now the pass to Millsap. Double team on Millsap. And here's Korver from the arc, but they recover it. And that one's good. Millsap's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They have got to box out better than that. That putback's just another example of what a difference there's been between these two teams.
Cephalosha passes to Schroeder. Here's Korver. Finished off the break. Korver's got 14 points.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy. Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the three.
Here's Horford. Up and in. That's his 10th make in the contest. He has only taken 13 shots.
Not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge, too.
They've been the aggressors, plain and simple, outworking them, fighting for every loose ball.
Shoots a fader. Here's Millsap, and Gibson sends it back. And it's Turner off the drive. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Horford. Putting up about 18 points per, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And really just excellent numbers. I like what we've been seeing from him across the board.
I do, too. I mean, he's playing with much more focus now and a much higher level of intensity.
And that one misses.
Well, you could see a change in the play with the Celtics after the trade deadline last year. Adding Isaiah Thomas gave them some pop off the bench and really created some balance for them offensively.
Teague, he's checked in for Atlanta. And then for Boston. Johnson, he's checked in for Uretka. Avery Bradley comes in for Smart. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Rozier. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And that was something the Celtics needed, adding Thomas, a player that could come in and provide Clark instant offense for them off the bench.
And, Kevin, I think that was a turning point for him last year. I mean, they saw that they had a chance to make a big leap forward after the trade and responded accordingly.
And Dennis Schroeder has drawn some comparisons to Rajon Rondo. Long arms, very quick and athletic. He's awfully tough to keep in front of you, but he's also a guy that can knock down a mid-range jump shot.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Mickey's checked in for Gibson. And it's Crowder in for Johnson. This Dennis Schroeder, in a lot of ways, like a Greg Anthony, very quick, very smart on the floor, but he's a young player, and he says, Clark, that he watched a lot of tape of Tony Parker to see how he got to the basket.
Yeah, and that's a great blueprint, especially when you consider the Hawks run a very similar system to the Spurs.
Horford up top. And the layup's good off the glass. Horford's got 12 now in this quarter.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field. And Dennis Schroeder out of Germany, his teammates give him a hard time about putting mayonnaise on everything. He eats a turkey burger with mayo before every game. And let me tell you, no need to change because he's settling in just fine.
So for the Hawks, Splitter comes in for Al Horford. And it's Scott in for Thabo Cephalosha. That's good. Crowder's got 14 points for the game.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
And Schroeder, who's out of Germany, a pretty wealthy country, but he had a pretty hard scrabble upbringing.
Yeah, you know, he had some brushes with authority early on in his life. He's still relatively young, so in the past, I think he's in a really ideal situation in Atlanta right now.
Scott, good.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash-mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Now here's Schroeder, defended by Crowder. Here's Millsap. Rebound, Boston. Thomas goes in, and Splitter pulls it down.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
And I tell you what, somebody's draped all over him, and he's still able to connect.
Shot by Crowder, no good.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Schroeder with the ball. Now guarded by Bradley. Teague drives in. That's good. Teague's got 4 points in the quarter.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
And again, it's Atlanta.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder, how much can they win by?
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it. You can see it. In part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
Splitter kicks to Millsap. But they'll get another chance. Scott dishes to Millsap. The Hawks working the ball around. Another shot. No good. Now Boston takes it the other way. And it's Turner off the drive. Good. Turner's got 18 points. Here's Schroeder. He's got 9. Inside, here's Splitter, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Last season, Atlanta showed just how much fun a team can have playing team basketball, complete team effort. We use that word a lot. You don't see it much in the NBA, but boy, they epitomize the play.
Yeah, they sure did. Refreshing to see a team do that well collectively without a real superstar. Just a solid group that understood their roles and played them perfectly.
And the Hawks making a change here. Hardaway's checked in. Olynyk, he's checked in for the Celtics. From deep, Thomas. The long distance three is buried. Thomas got 18 points.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the three ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a three-point battle taking shape here. You know, guys, if he does his work early, he knows when he gets in a good position, his size gives him a big edge on the glass.
Millsap kicks to Scott from outside the arc. Kept alive by Atlanta.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for Atlanta.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
A nice shot by Teague.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor with their offense in the paint because that has not been up to par.
Pass to Scott. There's a good screen. It's Millsap with the drive. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Millsap's got 6 points in the quarter.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous. Guys, I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until the defense puts up a little more resistance, they ought to continue to pound them down low.
Teague with the ball. Now Thomas defending. Teague kicks to Millsap. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. And that's 21 points for Millsap.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Feeds it to Scott. Millsap left side. Second shot opportunity. And it's good on the way. Millsap's got 10 points here in the second half.
And they are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can. It has been a three-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's Atlanta opening up a huge gap. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Teague and Korver are the guards. Cephaloshin is out there with Humphries. And it's Horford at the pivot spot manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Cephaloshin misses. And the Celtics shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. That shot wide open. Crowder's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Celtics.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will.
And a dunk by Horford.
Now, that was an incredible reverse throwdown right there. Tremendous body control.
I'd even go as far to say, Clark, that was a punctuation dunk. Huh?
I can feel that.
Sending a message.
How about, guys, that's one of those dunks that you probably want in your career highlight reel.
And here's Cephaloshin for 3. Rebounded by the Celtics.
The defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
Here's Johnson. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
To the middle, here's Thomas. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Horford against Johnson. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Teague. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. The 3 from Thomas. Again, Thomas missing. The Hawks leading by 19. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Cephaloshin's running.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Boston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And it's off the back rim. No good. Atlanta's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. The 3. Tips it up. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. 26 points for Al Horford.
And that's a really deft touch right there, guys.
And he just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
Really well done.
And you know what? No need to catch it in a situation like that. He's got terrifically soft hands, and that finish doesn't allow the defense to react.
No slowing him down. Just some incredible numbers for Johnson. 18 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
Zeller, he's checked in for Olynyk.
Just too dominant in the low post to let him have the ball in that close.
Really simple opportunity for him. I mean, that's his bread and butter there.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Pass to Humphries. Banked in off the glass. For Boston, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Hawks have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Here's Schroeder. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 27 assists. Smart. That's good, and it's Thomas picking up the assist. That's 7 points for Marcus Smart.
That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will today.
Yeah, the defense struggling to take that away from him.
Korver passes to Humphries. Schroeder kicks to Horford. Cannot hit. Excellent D there by Johnson. There's the dish to Crowder. From the wing. Atlanta with the rebound. Humphries has got 6 rebounds here tonight. The Hawks leading by 23. That's a 2 from Korver. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Smart misses.
He's giving them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
Schroeder kicks to Korver. Good on the triple.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his second this half.
And Boston has possession. Johnson, a wide open look, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly, that's the right look. The decision was good, he just didn't execute.
And that one's good.
This guy's really flowing with his stroke right now. He hit one earlier, and now he has 3 in this half. Kicks
it to Crowder. From deep three-point range, rebounded by the Hawks. Humphries has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Schroeder passes to Korver. Schroeder kicks to Horford. And he uses the glass on the layup. Horford's got 28.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Atlanta's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the 3rd quarter. Picked by Horford. Schroeder kicks to Humphries. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Out to the wing. Here's Schroeder. Horford dishes to Korver. Back to Horford. To the left wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thomas. So for the Hawks, Muscala, he's checked in for Horford. For Cephalosha. And it's Heinrich in for Kyle Korver. And a new group in for the Celtics. Mickey's checked in for Johnson. Urebko comes in for Crowder. Hunter's checked in for Marcus Smart. And it's Rozier in for Thomas. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
And the Hawks making a change here. Hardaway's checked in. So it's the Hawks now. Heinrich outside.
It's been kind of a gradual occurrence, but I think it's clear that analytics are here to stay in the NBA. Every team now has at least some vesting into the analytics area. Some base a lot of their decisions on the number side of the game. Others have a more balanced approach.
Hunter from deep. The rebound by Humphries. Humphries has got 8 rebounds in this game. And he makes good on the layup.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Analytics does have a strong place in the NBA, so it's been proven over the last decade. Some held out, but now, Greg, the results, the benefits of those numbers, it's hard to deny them.
A great point, Kevin. And with something new like that, there's always going to be a bit of resistance. There will always need to be a balance, I believe, and you need to use the numbers and your own eyes. They really do go hand in hand to kind of keep each other in check. And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Heinrich kicks to Muscala. Patterson, the screen. Back to Heinrich. He feeds it to Muscala. Good, and Heinrich gets the assist. Heinrich's got 3 assists in the game.
They've stepped up their three-point shooting game in the second half. They're letting it fly out there with reckless abandon.
Not lacking in confidence, and I really like that. Sometimes you see teams get conservative once they get a lead, playing not to lose.
Now here's Hardaway. Defense is right there. 6 on the shot clock. All sorts of time in Atlanta again with the bucket.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
There are going to be times, I think, when it's okay to take a shot like that, but not on that possession.
Well, when would the times be, partner? Well, I'll get back to you later. The only excuse for a shot like that is if you're trying to beat the buzzer. That's the only time you can justify it.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Here's Rozier. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Atlanta's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Heinrich kicks to Hardaway. Off target with his 3. Boston shooting about 40% here in the fourth quarter. Here's Hunter. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
Hunter's gone 50% so far. 2 of 4 shooting. Heinrich with it. He kicks to Muscala. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Last season, the Celtics had a solid 19-22 road record, Clark. Not the 500 mark most teams want, but a very good effort from a young team, and no one really expected that.
Yeah, and you think about this team that's still growing and has a lot of youth. I mean, that kind of road record, very impressive. Their fans should be feeling pretty good about what the future holds with this group.
And thinking back on the Celtics, on the road, their away record doesn't tell the whole story. They won their last 7 road games in that tremendous playoff push.
Scotty's checked in for Chris Humphries. Good on both.
Another away-from-home note for the Celtics. They were 7-1 in road games against the rest of their division. Their road play was the driving factor as to why they made the playoffs.
And that one's good.
Boy, they're doing a nice job, a really good job of getting second chances here. And that's a great way to cut into that lead. I mean, nothing is more demoralizing to a defense than putbacks.
Hardaway passes to Heinrich. Tries it from the top of the key. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Heinrich's got 4 points this quarter. Boston shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Pass to Mickey. Can't get it to go. Nice D from Scott.
I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Outside Hardaway. Dishes it to Scott. The shot, no good. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Celtics passing it around. Here's Mickey. Scott pulls it in.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
In the corner, Hardaway with it. Launches it. Mickey grabs the board. So it's the Celtics now.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Atlanta.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, and so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And talk about applying pressure to an opponent. Tonight's win will move their record to 2-0 in the season series with 2 more games left to play on their year against the Celtics.
Hardaway dishes to Heinrich. Rebound by the Celtics. And 1:01 left here in the fourth quarter. Inside, it's tipped. Hardaway with the steal. Heinrich outside. Outside Hardaway. Shot clock at 6. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
They've been ineffective in this one. Just no slowing down for Hardaway. He's got 13 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for them.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That one is off.
You know, not many saw it coming last season with the Hawks. I mean, they just ran away with the Eastern Conference. It was the first time they took the East since 1994.
And he sinks the second. And with the Hawks and the East, they just dominated the rest of the division. 39 of the Hawks' 60 regular season wins came in conference.
Yeah, and across the board, the Hawks statistically just dominated all Eastern opponents. They shot it better, played better defense, took better care of the ball. They are set up to be a factor in this conference for a long time.
16 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Splitter sets a screen. Heinrich. The Hawks again can't hit. Here's Mickey. Here's Juretko. Off target with that shot. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, thank you. And now we get a chance to check out our Jordan Player of the Game. Double figures in both points and assists for the double-double that led the way tonight. He was their motor offensively and really got the team fired up.
Boom, boom, boom. That's right, Ernie. Instruments. This guy was
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
The NBA season is in high gear, and we are so glad to have you here with us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. My companions are Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Boston Celtics in Boston. Looking at Boston, they lost Game 1 in this matchup earlier this season. They'll see them 4 times in all, looking to even the series with a win tonight. And for the Sixers, this is a team that is relentless in attacking the basket, one of the hallmarks of the team's philosophy. When they go at the rim with that kind of effort, Shaq, what does it do for their offense?
You know, Ernie, it allows them multiple options. They're tougher to contain. They actually led the league last season in drives to the basket. You know, they are relentless, and they finish very hard at the rim.
Everyone in their seats here in Boston to watch the Celtics on the home court. And it's another road game for the 76ers. And, of course, Taj Gibson. We've seen him playing by instinct, still learning the playbook.
And speaking of the trade, I spoke to him earlier, and he's very excited about getting a fresh start with his new team. He thinks he'll be able to get them to that next level.
And this team takes on an entirely different look when he's on the floor. I mean, you've got to believe it's going to improve them by leaps and bounds.
Look at the 76ers starting group. Ish Smith is out there with Stauskas. Then it's Robert Covington. Then there's Carl Landry. And it's Okafor in at the 5 down low. Well, last year for the Celtics, they weren't exactly world beaters at home. Still good enough, though, to get the job done.
Yeah, just a game over 500 here in Boston. Not great, but at least it was over 500 for a young up-and-coming team.
So it's Philadelphia now, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
You know what? A lot of three-pointers, but for me, more so, it was the shot selection on those three-pointers. I just felt like they were just too trigger-happy from downtown.
You know, Greg, sometimes you're able to shoot your way out of a slump, but they just kept making things worse. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
Smith against Thomas. Smith drives in, up and in on the layup.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Here's Olynyk. Landry grabs the miss. 76ers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Feeds it to Covington. Landry with the screen. Covington dishes to Landry. Again, Philadelphia.
Could be the first of a lot of mid-range jumpers that we see from him.
For Boston, they come into this one following a loss to the Atlanta Hawks.
And really, I thought what was the difference in that game? Offensive rebounding, or the lack thereof. A lot of one-and-dones in that game.
Yeah, offensive rebounding to me is all about heart, the willingness to get in there and mix it up, do your work early, get to that inside position. And I didn't see any of that fight from them.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah, those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
Here's Smith following the bucket by the Celtics. Stauskas kicks to Smith. Dishes to Okafor. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Yeah, the great field goal percentage to start, exactly what they were hoping for. Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Pass to Landry. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
And the 76ers with possession. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Down low, here's Okafor. Soft touch off the glass. Okafor's got 6.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Here's Covington following the score by Avery Bradley. And the jam by Carl Landry.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not